the GBN Luncheon News for today, Wednesday, May 13th, 2026. Coming up in the news, Nawasa warns of water shortages as dry season worsens, and Grenada joins OECS push to reduce food imports. Regionally, election victory for the ruling party in the Bahamas. Internationally, Dutch ornithologist identified as potential patient zero in current hantavirus outbreak. And in sports, St. Patrick preschoolers set for Sports Day. The first segment comes to compliments Bryden and Miners.
Looking to take your business to new heights? Advertise with GBN on our social media platforms and get noticed by our 138,000 plus followers. Reach a massive engaged audience ready to connect with your brand. No matter your business size, GBN is here to help you grow. Contact us today at admin@gbn.gd or WhatsApp 407-8458 to get started.
I am Diedra Sealey with the details. The National Water and Sewage Authority, NAWASA, is warning of increasing pressure on Grenada's water supply system as worsening dry season conditions continue to impact the island. Due to the dry conditions, several water treatment facilities are operating at critically reduced levels. Among the hardest hit facilities are Apwetud, which is now non-operational, Les Avocats, Petit Etang, and Bon Accord. Major systems such as Annandale and Mirabeau are also under pressure. As a result, customers may experience low water pressure, longer supply interruptions, and slower reservoir recovery, especially in elevated and remote areas. The authority says it has expanded water trucking operations and intensified system monitoring and balancing measures. St. George's University has also deployed a water tanker and operator to assist with deliveries in the southern network. NAWASA says it is also considering reintroducing water restrictions similar to those implemented during the 2024 dry season. In the meantime, NAWASA is encouraging the public to adopt responsible water conservation practices. Grenada was among the participating countries at the OECS Root and Tuber Crop Symposium held in Dominica, as regional leaders intensified efforts to strengthen food sovereignty and reduce dependence on imported food. Representing Grenada at the symposium were agronomist Kason Charles and Senior Agricultural Officer Kingsley Thomas from the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry. During the event, agronomist Charles highlighted Grenada's progress in strengthening food security and advancing agricultural development. With food import bills reaching up to 90% in some member states, the symposium focused on promoting crops such as cassava, dasheen, and sweet potato as key drivers of economic growth, climate resilience, and regional food production. The initiative forms part of the OECS Food and Agriculture Systems Transformation Strategy and supports CARICOM's 25 by 2025 +5 target aimed at reducing regional food imports by 25%. Finally, Project 500 has announced the sale of homes in the first phase of its housing development in Dunfermline. Project sponsor Randall Dolan says this phase will allow officials to assess demand and accessibility for qualifying homeowners under the pilot program. The initiative is targeting first-time property owners and middle-income families seeking access to home ownership. Officials say 50% of the homes in the pilot phase will be reserved for families living in St. Andrew, while the remaining units will be shared equally between public servants and private sector workers. The homes include sustainability features such as solar energy systems, enhanced insulation, and low-flow plumbing. Project officials say the pilot phase will help inform the program's future expansion. That concludes our local news. Stay with us for our second segment, Compliments Fortune Foods Limited.
Fire up the coals, bring the flavor. It's time to crown the King of the Grill. Maggie King of the Grill 2026 is calling you. Think you got the creativity, the skills, and the fire to rule the grill? This is the ultimate showdown for chefs, backyard masters, and the food lovers alike. Step up, show your talent, and claim your spot among the best. With over $5,000 in cash and prizes to be won, the stakes has never been hotter. Happening Saturday, May the 30th. Register now. Call or WhatsApp 407-8458. But hurry, registration close April the 30th. Don't wait. Bring your fire, bring your flavor, and bring your A-game. Maggie, King of the Grill 2026, where champions are made on the grill.
News, election victory for the ruling party in the Bahamas. We'll get more details in this OCM report.
Prime Minister Philip Davis has guided his ruling Progressive Liberal Party to a record second consecutive term in office. The PLP swept yesterday's general election, which was called ahead of the constitutional deadline. No political party has ever formed the government for 2 consecutive terms since 1997, when Dr. Hubert Ingraham led the then ruling Free National Movement to victory after toppling the PLP in 1992. Mr. Davis led his PLP to power in the September 16, 2021 general election, winning 32 of the 39 seats then. While the Parliamentary Registration Department is yet to release the full results, the PLP is on schedule to win another significant majority in the 41-seat Parliament.
A little while ago, Michael Pintard called to concede the election. I thanked him for his graciousness in doing so. It takes courage to put your name on the ballot. It is easier to sit on the sidelines and criticize than it is to climb into the arena yourself. So I'd like to say to every candidate of every party, your participation in the process made our democracy stronger. To the Bahamians who voted today but did not vote for us, I want you to know I've listened to you. I've heard you. I want you to know that I will continue to work hard for all the...
Mr. Davis thanked the supporters and made a promise last evening.
For the first time in almost a generation, we have an historic opportunity. Let us make the most of it. I will begin our second term as I began the first, with a humble spirit and with a heart full of gratitude. Thank you for your trust and faith in me. I will not let you down. I will not let you down. And I want to take this opportunity just to recall the last time you're out here, the then leader and Prime Minister Terry Glasgow. I think he might be somewhere in the audience. I haven't seen him, but I know he's out here.
Meanwhile, the Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard conceded that the result was not what he had hoped for.
A short time ago, I called Prime Minister Philip Davis. I congratulated him on his party's victory at the polls and offered him my and our best wishes. He has my prayers for the work ahead, and he has the assurance that his Majesty loyal opposition, the one that he will face in the House of Assembly, will exactly be committed to the Bahamian people and show loyalty to the causes that affect their lives. Today, the Bahamian people made their choice.
The election yesterday was seen as a straight fight between the two main political parties, but the Coalition of Independents, particularly its leader, Lincoln Bain, almost defied the odds in at least one seat, the Pinewood constituency. Frustration among workers over stalled negotiations disrupted operations at the Grantley Adams International Airport in Barbados. However, General Secretary of the National Union of Public Workers, Richard Green, insisted yesterday staff members were not on strike. Mr. Green said employees feel undervalued and unappreciated.
Workers have expressed a sense of frustration with the process. It's very much in keeping what we recognize a general feel amongst workers that great appreciation needed to be shown for the work, whether it is in improved terms and conditions of service, which will also include increases in wages and salaries. So what in looking at what we have been dealing with here at the airport. We say that the workers have just set fire a shot with the boat and let them know that we are serious about coming to the table and negotiating in a serious way.
Meantime, communications specialist at GAIA Incorporated, Charlene Brown-Jones, responded.
Yes, we have heard one of the statements coming out of the NUPW, and the suggestion that GAIA Inc. has been unresponsive is incorrect. The record shows communication between GAIA Inc. and the NUPW on February 10th, April 2nd, April 7th, April 14th, and May 8th. In those communications, efforts were made to identify meeting dates suitable to both parties. There were times when NUPW representatives were unavailable, and other times when members from GAIA Inc. were unavailable, but communication has continued. So it is simply not accurate to say that GAIA Inc. has been unresponsive or that we are delaying the process.
She said a meeting in June has been proposed.
Fortune Foods Limited. International news and sports are up next.
Have you heard?
Hey everyone, here is an invitation to join me this and every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. on GBN Television 711 K105 FM, our Facebook page and YouTube channel for Kaiso Talk. Meet the Kaisonians, hear their stories, feel the vibes. Kaiso Talk, Wednesdays 8:30 p.m. Compliments for Grenville Credit Union.
Welcome back. In international news, a Dutch ornithologist or an expert specializing in the study of birds may be patient zero in the new hantavirus outbreak, a theory currently favored by the World Health Organization. The 70-year-old was the first person to die aboard the cruise ship MV Hondius. But how and where did he come into contact with the virus? We'll find out in this France 24 report.
Could this man, Leo Skilperord, be patient zero in the new hantavirus outbreak? That is the theory currently favored by the World Health Organization. The infection likely occurred on March 28th. That day, 70-year-old Skilperord, a passionate ornithologist, visited this landfill near Ushuaia, Argentina to photograph a rare bird, the white-throated caracara. But the site was also full of rodents, carriers of the hantavirus, which can be transmitted through feces or by inhaling contaminated dust.
It's a common illness here because we have a species of rat that spreads it. Every year we see between 2 and 4 cases.
On April 1st, Skilperord boarded the cruise ship MV Hondius. His condition deteriorated rapidly until he died on April 11th. A death that brings back painful memories in a small village in the south of Argentina. In 2018, 11 people died here in an outbreak out of the 34 infected. 8 years later, residents are still wearing face masks. Authorities imposed a mandatory 45-day quarantine on all close contacts in an effort to stop the outbreak. Today, scientists are trying to determine whether the virus from 2018 is the same strain as the one circulating in 2026. The South American hantavirus variant Andes has a fatality rate of up to 50%.
Also in international news, Maryland announced on Tuesday a $2.5 billion settlement with the owner and operator of the cargo vessel that crashed into Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge, as the U.S. Justice Department charged 2 foreign companies and 1 individual in connection with the deadly 2024 collision that killed 6 construction workers. More details in this ABC News report.
2 years after the deadly collapse of Baltimore's Key Bridge, the Justice Department has filed criminal charges against the operator of the cargo ship that crashed into it, claiming the company ignored safety issues and lied to investigators. The
The indictment alleges that if the Dolly had been using the proper fuel supply pumps, then the vessel would have regained power in time to safely navigate under the Key Bridge.
The ship slammed into a supporting column of the bridge, causing it to collapse, killing 6 construction workers who'd been filling potholes. The sole survivor clung to a piece of steel in the water after escaping his work truck through its manual windows. The indictment also claims the company and the ship's technical supervisor falsified inspection records. Synergy denies the allegations, saying the NTSB identified the probable cause of the incident was a loss of electrical power due to a loose signal wire connection, a defect outside of Synergy Marine's control. The indictment comes on the same day Maryland reached a $2 billion settlement with Synergy and the owner of the ship. The new Key Bridge is expected to cost up to $5 billion and won't open until late 2030.
That's it for international news. Sports is up next. The next generation of Grenadian athletes will take center stage this week as the St. Patrick Parish Sports Council, in partnership with One Link Entertainment, hosts its preschool athletic sports day. The event takes place on Thursday, May 14th at Font St. Patrick and will bring together young learners from across the parish for a day of fun, fitness, and community spirit. Organizers say the initiative is aimed at promoting early childhood participation in structured sports, while helping preschoolers build confidence, coordination, and teamwork through age-appropriate activities. Chairperson of the St. Patrick Parish Sports Council, Mr. Jester Noel, says the impact of the event goes far beyond the finish line. And now for a recap of today's headlines. Nawasa warns of water shortages as dry season worsens, and Grenada joins OECS push to reduce food imports. Regionally, election victory for the ruling party in the Bahamas. Internationally, Dutch ornithologists identified as potential patient zero in current hantavirus outbreak. And in sports, St. Patrick preschoolers set for Sports Day. On behalf of the entire news team, I am Diedra Sealey, thanking you for joining us.